I mean, one of the things I wanted to get to was the kind of bigger picture of general changes in attitude to business. And, just in the short amount of time that this podcast has been running, and we've heard all sorts of opinions on how things are going to change, sort of post-pandemic and stuff. I mean, what's your take on how and indeed if the marketing business is going to get changed?
Well, I think there are four big opportunities, and I'm looking at this from again from a creative agency perspective or a marketing support perspective.
Sure.
And I think the first thing is this is great news for agencies and for staff not working in companies, because right now I've got every CEO and CFO during lockdown are preparing plans for the worst case scenario, and staff, if they haven't been let go, are going to, and sadly there are going to be lots of job losses, and amongst that, marketing skills and capability will be lost from the client side. So there's going to be more opportunities for agencies, particularly those that can help these clients adapt to the new normal. So let me give you, a very rudimentary example of a restaurant. We know that the hospitality trade is snookered, to use a bit of a, well, I can put it another way, but so customers are no longer going to come to you in the same way.
Sure.
So some part of your business will have to go to them. This, of course, means having an online presence where they don't have one, or partnerships with delivery companies. But it also might mean food trucks and other pop-up opportunities. And it might mean partnerships with other food retailers, or experiences like cooking lessons in a restaurant where you can secure it, or going into customers' homes. It is unlikely that 100% of income will come from covers in restaurants,
right?
Like it did before. So you're going to have to you're just not going to have that capacity to do that. So if it's 50%, you're going to have to hustle for the other 50% somewhere else that you've lost. And that's a similar principle with other businesses. And the quicker you can find these new markets or new ways to market, the quicker you'll take advantage that some of your competitors will have gone bust.
So and
that's where the agencies are going to be. That's, I think, where agencies and marketing people are going to, earn their corn.
So, I mean, yeah, I was going to say, I mean, obviously you started off that whole pitch there, but by just saying that, that this is it is an opportunity for agencies. So, I mean, obviously bearing in mind the sensitivity of the issue, I mean, we've heard lots of stuff on on LinkedIn about, sort of don't try the hard sell and things like that. But there's still room, is there not, for the sort of the idea to, for agencies to actually be presenting new ideas for, that maybe never saw the light of day before now, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and there's a time to dust down some of the ideas that were never made it before, because now might be the time to do it. I mean, some of that is true, because some of those ideas, you might come up with a new way to market for a brand that actually 90% of its business was through grocery retailers, and you go, well, actually, we just want to focus on where our business is now. But now that might not exist, because your retail channels
right.
might have themselves have died. Now is the time to think of the old channel you presented to them. And I think it is. There is this old adage, necessity is the mother of invention. I think we're on the cusp of this creative revolution. And they're going to need these creative skills and ideas. So dust off the old ones and come up with some new ones. So I see it as a big opportunity for the marketing services industry generally.
Well, that's I mean, that's very encouraging. I think that's wonderful news, and it's nice to get the kind of the upside to these, to this kind of scenario. And it very much follow. I mean, like you say, it reminds me of the Einstein quote about sort of nothing happens until something moves, and I think it's down to our industry to start digging deep and sort of coming up with all these fantastic things that the technology allowed us to do, but we were too. It was seen to be too kind of risky to go that route. I think now is the time that companies can start experimenting with that, and sort of looking at new ways to make their business work.